Russell Millen, the third baseman, will lead off. She'll get the first look at Tinsley. And Danielle, not the first time that these two programs have faced off. In fact, it wasn't that long ago. Back on April 14th, so about a month ago, UCLA won 13-6 against the Lancers. We'll say that one hit Russell Millen, and she'll take her base.
They're actually going to say foul ball.
Oh, nope, coming back.
And potentially just the knob of the bat. I kind of feel like you would have saw a different reaction if it hit her wrist, but that might be me. Head coach Brandon Telesco just on a conversation with the umpire.
That first season as head coach of this program. And man, he has just instilled a different mentality for the Lancers. This was their goal from the very beginning, was to make it to the NCAA tournament, and they did that for the very first time. And Telesco spent a couple of seasons as the associate head coach at Cal. I'm taking a look at this. They say that it hit the knob of the bat of Russell Millen.
I mean, it definitely had some carry down real quick, but I would have been playing it off a little more. Yeah. Like, ouch, that really got me.
Maliki steps back in. 0-2 to Tinsley.
I do think, too, there's just another level of confidence when you know that you've already played a team, right? Like, for the CBU squad to know they just played UCLA in April, put up some good runs. They didn't throw their ace. I think those are all big things to think about.
This one hops over to Elena Garcia at short. Hey, it's been a total turnaround for CBU, and Brandon Telesco came in and he's like, I want to start with belief. We believe in the players that we brought in, and it was getting them to believe in themselves. And then they went on to win the conference regular season and tournament titles to make it here, and got their most wins since 2014.
Yeah, and he just felt like at times there was just this lack of joy. Like, he needed to bring that piece with his coaching staff back. Almost kind of remembering like why you play the game when you start out, what makes you kind of fall in love with that. Well, if you can bring that in on the daily and all be aligned in the vision of where you're trying to go, I mean, that's something to be said.
Maddie Severns here, a left fielder. And so they come in, and you probably know that you're going to see Taylor Tinsley. That's kind of been the MO, is that Kelly Inouye Perez told us she has got to be ready at all times. Not a surprise that she gets the ball. She is the only returner from last year's staff. And talking to her yesterday, she's adopted that mentality. She's in it.
Yeah, you have to know that this team's gonna go as you go. There's just another layer to it with her. And I even asked her about it. I said, I was actually a little scared at first when the season started out, but you just learn to fall in love with that role. You really trust, your teammates. And I think when this team is able to put up the amount of runs that they do, you do have a different confidence as a pitcher. They lead the nation in home runs with 182.
Severns out to left with Riley Slim. Yeah, I think I'd have confidence, too, if my offense was averaging over 10 runs a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
First in the nation.
It's pretty good.
So here's Kinsey Ferrier-Pylon, the shortstop. WAC Freshman of the Year. Mackenzie's just come in and had no fear moving to shortstop. Really, she was a second baseman in travel ball, but this is where they needed her as one of their best players, as young, and she shouldered that load this year for the Lancers.
Yeah, and you just try to adopt that same mentality you had over at second, but at short, and learn just kind of the little nuances and the differences. But
off of Tinsley's glove, Garcia charging. 3 up, 3 down. Are you ready to...
An incredible opportunity for someone that's ready to rock.
And let's take a look at the Capital One starting lineup, and you see the Bruin Bombers, Megan Grant and Jordan Woolry, the first duo to each hit 30 or more home runs in a single season, not just at UCLA, all time. The leadoff is Riley Slimp, and she does that hitting .449 at the top of this Bruin order. UCLA as a team hits .386. Slimp goes bunt, trying to beat it out, and stretching to make the play is Ashley Annette. Last time we saw Megan Grant, she was breaking the NCAA single-season home run record. She hit her 38th home run of the season in the Big Ten championship game against Nebraska, hit it off of Jordy Fromm. UCLA would go on to lose that game, but a historical moment for Grant. And her signature warm-up as she steps in the box. It's all about the breath work.
Top 10 finalist as well for USA Player of the Year, along with Jordan Woolry. And just needing to be mindful if you are a pitcher going up against them. Sometimes you tend to miss a little bit, but God, I mean, what a moment. I remember going back and watching this game and still getting goosebumps, even though I knew it was coming. But to break the record and then get the ball, all the things, pretty special.
What makes her such a good hitter?
I mean, she covers a lot of the plate really, really well.
And just like that, UCLA's up 2-0.
And you got to have short-term memory. If you're Donava in the circle, I mean, you got to let it go. Move on, next pitch, because that's kind of one of those you got to tip your cap.
Jordan Woolry, too, now tied with Jenny Dalton-Hill for the second most RBI in a single season. Just give her 109. It's fine. It's day one of the postseason, and give her 109.
It's fine.
No big deal. Elena Garcia, the shortstop.
That's what can be tricky sometimes when you are an upspin pitcher like Donava is, right? Like, you can play into sometimes the barrel of these types of hitters. I mean, Jordan Woolry, a .487 average on the rise ball. And out of all her homers, she hits her 10th on a pitch up in the zone. So it just goes to show, like, you can even throw something that you think's up and out, and it's not up and out enough.
Elena Garcia lifting this high, but to shallow center, and she's retired by Michaela Medellin. You know what Jordan Woolry also did on that swing, Danielle, was that she tied Lisa Fernandez for 6th on the UCLA career hit list. Lisa, of course, the best associate head coach, who the last few years has worked with the hitters. Brie Alejandre. Freshman third baseman. I mean, this entire lineup for UCLA has home run power. 57% of their runs scored this season have come via the home run. 8 players, including Alejandre at the plate, have double-digit home runs. 7 different players have hit a grand slam. Would you like me to keep going?
How many? 7?
7.
Jeez.
They have more home runs in the first inning than 10 teams in the tournament have all season. And they just added to it.
And then statistician over here. It's a good pitch.
2-2 now from Miranda Donava in a battle with Alejandra.
She won. It's a good pitch.
And rebounds with a strikeout, but not before Jordan Woolry.
And I mean, very goal-oriented. Listen, you got to see it to believe it. And I think her opening up that phone case every single day, opening up her phone, seeing that, just fired up the competitiveness, kept her going. Her teammates constantly talk about it. A lot of them were following suit.
Well, she was an important transfer for Brandon Telesco to get into this program, coming over from Long Beach after 3 seasons. Because they needed someone that would command the field for a team that's got 20 underclassmen. Oh, what a good cut. She's got 3 Grand Slams this season, FYI. Just, you know, clutch moments, too.
Was clutch in that conference tournament. Was 6 for 11, had 2 big home runs, 6 ribbies. Like, that's what you need, and she is that person.
I mean, you can just see from her swing, she has come in ready to hit Taylor Tinsley.
And I like a good daddy hack. And when I asked Brandon Telesco, like, what is the mentality with the hitters? Why has it been so different? He said, I will say this, we are comfortable hitting 0-2. We are scrappy, we believe, but we will put together really good at bats. And at times, I think with hitters, there's this, not everyone, but like not every hitter loves getting 0-2. You look at the percentages and the averages, it tends to favor the pitcher when you are in those pitchers' counts. But they have worked and worked and worked, and that belief is there, but just putting together a lot better at bats.
Yeah, he said, I want a confident approach. I want you to believe in your swing, that you're good enough to be here, and that's been their message. Tessa Mala'ulu, who coaches first base and a former UCLA Bruin, does a lot of work with these hitters. Medellin hops over to Bragg. She tosses to Woolry. Well, don't miss a minute of action from the NCAA Softball Regionals. We'll take you to the best live action on the 7 Innings Live show on the ESPN app. You can see every game, every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series, only on the ESPN networks.
Can we give a quick shout out to Kanaya Bragg on that play? Because that was a heck of a play.
Yeah, and somebody in Kanaya Bragg who has played all over the infield in her young career. Third, short, now at second. Last year they had to have Kanaya Bragg go to shortstop because Alina Garcia got hurt. And Brandon Telesco is going over to talk to Ashley Annette and Victoria Macias, who's on deck.
It's rallying the troops.
Going to talk to the whole dugout.
Well, and you see Tessa Mala'ulu, who finished up at Duke but did 4 years at UCLA. And one of the biggest things coming into this weekend is you can't worry about the 4 letters across the team's chest, right? Like in these types of settings, sometimes like you're coming into their house, it's UCLA, like all the things. And from someone that had played there, had a heck of a career, I think for her to be able to express that. Over there coaching first.
1-0 to Annette from Tinsley.
And I was asking Taylor Tinsley if she's gotten the chance to work a little bit more with Lisa this year. So I know obviously Kellyanne Perez does the hit, and she said one thing she's continued to say to me is you are only as good as your misses. And I don't know, that hit a little different with me too. Because in a hitter's game right now, man, it's so important to be able to be dialed with your spots, because when you miss, hitters make you pay. They at times even make you pay with balls out of the zone, which she knows with her buddies beside her and Jordan Morey and Megan Grant out there and right. Like, it's just those little statements from someone like the GOAT, Lisa Fernandez. I'm taking note. I don't pitch anymore, but I'm taking note.
I've never pitched, and I'm taking note. Yeah, it was a few years ago that Kelly Inouye Perez moved Lisa Fernandez over to work with the hitters more instead of the pitching, but she still does work with Taylor Tinsley on her pitching. 2-2 to Annette.
And Ashley Annette, just the captain of this team. Huge leader for them. Heartbeat, they say. Every team kind of needs that. Who is that person that is able to hold the team accountable, leads the right way?
Annette just fouling off these pitches against Tinsley.
Really good, scrappy at bat. I mean, my goal facing a Taylor Tinsley is like, how high can I get her pitch count up? Like, I know that if we can get to Taylor Tinsley, I feel okay. That would be my one question mark for UCLA in the postseason is Taylor Tinsley's their ace. I don't know if they have a whole lot of help. They have other pitchers, but I don't know if that's the answer. And so I'm going attack mode full on that. Like, I want her to throw a lot of pitches. I want to have really good at-bats off of her. I want to try to get her to feel our presence. That really has been the question mark for UCLA, right? It just comes down to how much does she have to throw.
Well, this will be her 9th pitch to Annette. And she's going to throw a 10th.
I feel like all coming after that. Coach Telesco timeout, walks over to the dugout, and you see her come back and just battle and battle, work it to 10 pitches.
Oh, wanted the change.
And I love me a lefty catcher. I love Ramirez behind the plate. I think she's so good. She has her pitchers back all the way. I think she sets this up. I think it might be a ball, but I love the work.
11th pitch to Annette.
Man.
How about a 12th?
Jeez. And in these types of situations for pitchers, sometimes the hardest thing is just move on to the next pitch, not allow for yourself to tire out or give to the fact that she's seeing everything, right? So it's like, okay, I still have to execute a great spot. I can't think about anything other than next pitch.
She has now fouled off 7 pitches.
Wow. I wouldn't mind a change piece 3-2. Just throwing that out there.
13th pitch to Ashley Annette. Garcia makes the play. And an epic battle ends in the UCLA defense's favor. Well, CBU, one of 5 teams to make their very first appearance in the NCAA tournament. And I think from that last at-bat, you can see the toughness and the grittiness that Brandon Telesco has built with this CBU team this year.
Very scrappy, and I think being able to work counts well in your favor, right? Like, I just think there is definitely this different confidence you have when you are behind an account and you can continue to work it. And that previous at-bat by Annette is a prime example of that.
Here's Victoria Macias. How does that at-bat by Annette impact the rest of these hitters?
Well, you already have 35 pitches thrown by Taylor Tinsley, so I like that. But I just love that confidence that it passes to the rest of my team. I'm like, man, I just saw a whole heck of a lot of pitches. You can go do that too. And that momentum and just continuing to try to wear a pitcher down. And that's sometimes where mentally it can be tough. I mean, she's thrown a lot of pitches this inning already, 22. Like, that's a lot. That's making a pitcher really, really work.
And she's the one that had a walk-off home run to win the WAC regular season title against Tarleton State. Came in as one of their hottest hitters and then goes yard. Sydney Peterson now.
And at times, this is all a product of like seeing a lot of pitches. And I mean, I go to coach calling timeout, make his way all the way over to the dugout. I haven't seen a coach ever leave from third to make his way all the way to the dugout, but rallies the troops, has a tough conversation, and then you see Ashley Annette work that type of an at-bat. And then that passes the confidence to a hitter like Macias, like, hey, dude, if you can do it, I can do it. Like, let's go. And that energy is contagious.
Calling 2 strikes to Peterson from Tinsley.
That's a good pitch.
And Taylor Tinsley comes back and gets the kick. The lead in half, and now Kanaya Bragg, the second baseman, is going to lead off for UCLA. A Bruin team that certainly knows how to pass the bat. Kanaya Bragg, a young player, just a sophomore, who's already played all over the field. This one won't be deep enough. Medellin grabs it.
And I think for Denave in the circle, it's really about being able to kind of take that energy from your team's offensive production last inning and kind of carry that out into the circle. Like, that is the stuff that fires me up, is those types of at-bats, making a pitcher like Taylor Tinsley work. I always try to find, I mean, every type of competitive edge that I can get to give me the advantage.
Miranda Denava, a player that, I mean, Brandon Telesco told us she never wants the ball out of her hand. She always wants to be out there facing Alexis Ramirez right now.
I mean, there's been a day this year where she's thrown 18 innings.
Yes.
18 innings.
That was March 27th in a doubleheader. She gave up 2 runs, 1 earned.
It's crazy.
Pretty good 18 innings.
It's pretty good.
She actually threw against this UCLA team in the fall. Now, we told you that they faced off on April 14th, but CBU did not throw Miranda Denava because they anticipated coming here for a regional. And second time tonight that Denava has walked a hitter. So in comes the DP, Sujin Berry, a transfer from Iowa, who actually had a pretty fond memory of playing UCLA when she was a Hawkeye. She hit 2 home runs in 1 game against the Bruins.
When someone that Coach Lisa Fernandez had said to Kelly Inouye Perez, like, she's someone that I just got a hunch, like, she's got to be in the lineup, and had made a big push for her, and that's what you're seeing.
She had a hit in 2 of the 3 games at the Big Ten tournament. Got a hold of it. Is it out of here into a tree? But foul.
Almost like it was into Jurassic Park.
If a dinosaur comes out of right field, I'm out.
I mean, yeah, make a run for it. Those big trees in the outfield that got lost real quick.
Do you think that's what Lisa was talking about? That power and that swing we just saw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm almost thinking sometimes we need to make foul poles as big as light poles these days, with some of these tanks that these women are hitting and just how high they can get the ball up in the air.
Berry this time rolling on the grass, past the second baseman. Throw to second. Not in time. Alexis Ramirez is good. So 2 on as Sujin Berry pokes a shot to right.
When you see Alexis Ramirez with the little smirk, it's because Lisa Fernandez was holding her up all the way. Almost got caught up there. But Berry finds a way to get on base and continue to keep passing the bat. Whoopsie daisies.
Good save, good save.
Good save.
Jolena Lamar, true freshman out of North Carolina. In the 9th spot, earning a spot in center field this year. Comes from a softball family. Her mom is Marissa Young, who is Duke's head coach. They're hosting a regional.
Yeah, they had 12 home runs at that regional site today.
It's fine, no big deal.
I didn't pull that information myself. I just want to make that.
I think it was 13.
Was it 13?
12? It was 12.
Yeah.
I got excited, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a great pitch by Nanava, solid corner in.
Kelly and Perez told us they had to have Lamar's bat in this lineup. Big opportunity here. Nanava wins it. Strikes out Lamar, her second K tonight.
Ice in her veins, just a really good pitch. Climb the ladder, see that tight spin. Tough pitch. Great pitcher's pitch, tough to swing at as a hitter just because it looks so good, but it just finds a way to climb up underneath the barrel.
Top of the order for the second time, it's Riley Slimp. 2 on. A walk and a single have allowed 2 to reach in this inning. This game will play an elimination game against Cal State Fullerton tomorrow. Now Stevie Robeson leading off for the Lancers.
Right now, the Lilia home run still gets me.
Yeah, her first of the season.
I know,
in front of her family,
and just her like, you know, I usually hit 1 home run a season. Was just waiting for it.
Yeah.
Today was the day.
After giving up that home run in the second inning, Taylor Tinsley was able to get the strikeout of Sydney Peterson. She had an epic battle against Ashley Annette. 13 pitch at bat. Annette grounded out to short. It's her roommate that's given UCLA the lead tonight. Jordan Woolry, they've been roommates. This is the 3rd year in a row that Tinsley and Woolry are roomies. Melina Garcia all over it.
Next up in the batter's box for California Baptist, catcher number 13, Jordan Madrigal.
Jordan Madrigal, the catcher, now up in the 9th spot. Madrigal! Oh my goodness, at the warning track for Slim. It was hard to tell if it was going to get out of here because of the scoreboard.
Agreed.
And the lighting over there.
I thought for sure off the bat that this was out of here and just warning track.
Malachi Russell-Millen up top of the order for the second time. Takes the first pitch, smacked it to left, and Slim bobbled it. Second hit tonight for the Lancers. She's now on a 4-game hit streak.
Well, and this wasn't a change, but it definitely had some speed off it at 64 miles an hour. And Russell Millen was just absolutely on time for this all day. Man, they're putting together some good at-bats, Courtney. I'm feeling it up here in the booth. You know Tinsley is feeling it for sure, that there is no fear when they step in that batter's box.
Maddie Severns now. He did not go. Strike two. Lancers with the tying run on first, thanks to the hit from Russell Millen.
I just think for Taylor Tinsley in the circle, she's just doing such a good job of the attention to detail on her routine. She's getting the ball back. She's doing the same thing. She's taking her time. She's taking her breath. Unfazed. And then on the flip side for this CBU squad, I mean, making her throw a lot of pitches. The 53rd pitch thrown by Taylor Tinsley.
Two coming to Severns. CBU making history this year. It was their goal from the beginning to make the NCAA tournament for the first time, and they have done just that. And a shift on here for the CBU defense with Megan Grant.
Yeah, you're seeing three infielders over to the right. So Farrier Pylon making her way over towards that second base position.
So what does this tell you?
It means that they think she's more of a pull hitter than anything, and it's just being more mindful of like where your pitcher. So if you are going to go away to her, I do think she is a good enough hitter to be able to go the other way. I mean, she is Megan Grant, but maybe more tendencies of where her power and her pop tends to be. That stuff fires me up though. Like if I'm Megan Grant and I see that, that gets my heart pumping a little bit more. Oh, you think you got me? You think you know me? I'm gonna show you. I love that part about the game, but I also love that they're doing that shift.
Oh man, that went off of the face mask of Madrigal behind the plate.
She's all smiles.
Yeah, you see Russell Millen, the third baseman, and Annette checking on her. It's a 2-2 to Megan Grant, who walked her first time up against Miranda Donava.
And that was something that the head coach Brandon Telesco mentioned to us in the the pregame stuff, as far as like, hey, we're going to do some stuff. We're going to play the short game when we need to. We're going to run a little bit. You're going to see us do some crazy defensive shifts. Like, we don't mind. We're going to play that game. Oof.
Megan Grant is so confident in the box with everything, her routine. Saw her come into that last year, and she has just owned it this year to an NCAA single-season record, 38 home runs.
And you're seeing her go up and get a ball. Look at that ball. Like, that is way up. Man, if I could get like a low, crisp corner away, if I'm Donava, it's just kind of, we've seen back-to-back pitches that are more up in the zone. I wouldn't mind something low. And they are challenging her, I will say. Like, they know what they're getting with these types of hitters, but there is no fear coming from the circle whatsoever, and I'm here for it.
This is going to be the 9th pitch to Megan Grant from Miranda Donava.
That's a good eye, and that's a good pitch with just how many pitches she's been fouling off. Oof, big pitch coming.
Number 10. Two walks tonight for Megan Grant. A 10-pitch battle with Donava.
And I think that is a heck of a spot by Donava on that, trying to see if she can get her to swing at something out of her comfort zone. You don't want to give her anything meaty in the lengthy at-bat that she's had.
Oof. But now you've got Jordan Woolry, who hit a 2-run home run off of you in the same situation in the first.
With a 2-spot. Just the pure strength of someone like Jordan Woolry, too, like off the bat. Pretty incredible.
Big Ten Player of the Year, top 10 finalist for the USA Softball Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons. Megan Grant also on that list this year. Just the 5th player all-time with 100 RBI in a season. Told us yesterday this season is her love letter to softball.
I was just going to say that. It was the best. It was the best when she said that. Like, how are you having the year that you're having? Like, what do you feel? What is the pressure, right? Like, to be able to put up that type of video game-esque numbers and continue to keep doing it with such class and no wavering in it. And she's like, yeah, that really is like my love letter to the game. Like, this is everything that I've wanted it to be. And it just, pretty special.
And Woolry is going to have the chance to play on the next level, just like Megan Grant and Taylor Tinsley. Should be playing with the Talons in the AUSL, along with Tinsley. Two-two from Donava. On the 7th pitch, hops it out to left. The Bruin Bombers are on.
You know what's funny about that is the velo on the radar gun picked up 77 miles an hour, and to me, that is the exit velo on how fast this got off her bat. Yet again, one of the longest singles we've seen here today, but just, it got out to left field so quick.
Elena Garcia. Nothing like the 28th time this year Jordan Woolry's had a multi-hit game. Both of her hits tonight, too. 2 strike hits. Elena Garcia? 3-run shot! Long ball for Garcia.
Well, like you said, 18, but why this is so clutch is because you saw Megan Grant get on with the walk, and then you saw the solo single by Woolry, and just this couldn't be more clutch by Elena Garcia. Understanding the importance of just ducks on the pond. Hey, I'm going to just do it here myself. A little 3-run shot puts the Bruins up 5-1.
And somebody who had to battle back from injury. Elena Garcia was slated to be the starting shortstop last year as a freshman. and was injured after week 3 of the season, and she has worked so hard to come back. And now she has UCLA up 5-1. Brie Alejandre up. Struck out last time against Miranda de Nava. Alejandre lifts it foul. Brie Alejandre on that NFCA Freshman of the Year top 10 watch list, finalist list.
Well, all of this just with none outs. Leadoff walk, the single by Woolry, and real quick, we're just up 5-1 for UCLA on that big 3-run shot.
Now the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Bruins tonight, 3 for 6 with 2 home runs, a couple of walks, 5 runs scored. de Nava gets her. We welcome you to Westwood. Those of you who just watched Virginia take down Indiana. If you like the long ball, welcome to the party. This is the place to be. Courtney Lyle and Danielle Laurie with you. UCLA, first in the nation in home runs. They've set a new single-season record, and they have hit 2 already tonight. Kanaya Bragg at the plate facing Miranda de Nava of California Baptist, who's making its first ever appearance in the NCAA tournament. But Danielle, Jordan Woolry had a 2-run home run in the first. Alina Garcia just had a 3-run homer. Kanaya Bragg up into the stands.
And I think, too, when you think of Megan Grant, just kind of setting the tone with a couple big walks, too. That one in the first that led for Jordan Woolry to come up and get the 2-run shot. And then the lead off the 3rd inning here had a really good lengthy at-bat. Didn't swing at pitches that were way out of the zone. Passes it to Woolry, who gets on. And that 3-run blast for 18th for Alina Garcia.
It was a 10-pitch at-bat to start this inning for Megan Grant, where she drew her 2nd walk of the night. Woolry followed that with a single. Alina Garcia said goodbye. 3-run home run. Hard hit ball. Kinsey Ferrier pylon mishandles it at short and allows Kanaya Bragg to reach.
2-0. And then Alina Garcia, the big 3-run blast to put the Bruins up 5. And why I think this is important, Courtney, is because you're seeing Taylor Tinsley throw a lot of pitches, and they are making her work. And I think these are the little things that not only give your pitcher a little bit more rest in the dugout, but just give you this different confidence.
Alexis Ramirez charging in is Michaela Medellin. Yeah, we know what UCLA's offense can do. The question has been pitching. They do not have the depth or the staff that they've had in years past. It has been all relied on Taylor Tinsley, and she gets the ball tonight. But as you said, CBU has made her work. So the more runs they can get on the board, you'd think she'd feel a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, when my team averages 10-plus runs a game, I like
Feels
that.
Great.
I like that.
Feels great. Sujin Berry up had a single, hard hit ball to right in the 2nd inning.
Good pitch. I think that's a pitch she's got to be able to get.
It's no secret that CBU pitching-wise is going to ride Miranda de Nava. She is the WAC pitcher of the year. And Brandon Telesco, their first-year head coach, told us it starts and ends with her. She has struck out 3 tonight, but also given up those 2 home runs.
And that rise ball for Donava is that bread and butter pitch. I mean, she's throwing that 43% of the time, climbing that ladder.
Sujin Berry, a Berry bomb! Keep the homers coming, Bruins! Lisa Fernandez says we have to have Sujin in the lineup. There you go!
Sujin on time for this one. Man, you're just seeing some daddy hacks by these Bruins. Yeah, I actually didn't even see the ball land. It just went right into the darkness in the outfield.
And we never saw it again.
I know.
Three home runs tonight for UCLA. The number 9 hitter, Jolena Lamar.
And I keep looking down at the bullpen to see if I see anything going on for the Lancers out there. I have not seen anybody warming up, but it's a pretty good percentage. 57% of the runs coming via the long ball for this UCLA squad.
Donava gets a big cut from Lamar on that. Yeah, a Bruin team that averages almost 11 runs per game. They have more home runs than the 3 other teams at this regional combined on the season. And counting. It's been the race between them and Oklahoma. I don't think they've seen it as a race, but we love a good storyline all season about who's going to hit the single season record first. Oklahoma hit 4 home runs earlier today.
Yeah, blame us for talking about it.
Love a good story. Love some drama. Love a long ball. And Donava gets the strike. Michaela Medellin scooped up by Alejandre. My goodness, I love that.
Pretty swaggy over there. Alejandre, quick scoop across the diamond. Solid 2 outs. I think with just the pitch count being a little bit higher for Tinsley, 2 quick outs is key.
Well, but then you get to Ashley Annette, who the reason that the pitch count is higher is because she had a 13 pitch at bat in the 2nd inning against Taylor Tinsley. Quick call of time there behind the dish. 1-1 to Annette for Tinsley.
When talking with Taylor Tinsley before this regional kicked off, she works with Mondo, mental performance coach, and just asked how he's continued to help her. She said, one thing he did say to me prior to this regional kicking off is that the pressure's on me, but greatness is in me. I have to remember that piece, knowing sometimes she kind of is that one. Like, I know there's other pitchers on staff, but this team is going to go as Taylor Tinsley chooses to go. And I think sometimes that type of a pressure can be a good and a bad thing, but that greatness piece of realizing, like, who the heck you are. Like, hey, this squad can put runs up on the board for me. I know that. You're seeing that, but I have to continue to have that belief in myself.
Off of Tinsley's glove, deflected towards Alina Garcia. And Jordan Woolry making the play. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, that was something that I had mentioned an inning and a bit ago, is just about the rhythm and the routine and how important that piece has been for her. But it seems pretty simple when 185 dingers. I mean, the RBIs, like, these numbers are nuts. So just making that clear.
Yeah, they are nuts. Top of the order for the third time tonight. A new pitcher in the circle is Emily Darwin. Darwin will take over from Miranda Donava, and Emily Darwin has been that number 2 this year for CBU. Riley Slimp. Severn's under it. And it's interesting because Emily Darwin did not pitch in the fall. And it's not because she was injured. It's because she was playing volleyball. Emily Darwin went and played volleyball in the fall at Colorado Christian. Hadn't pitched since May last year in a regional when she was playing for Grand Canyon. And actually now her third time playing in a regional here at UCLA, first time with CBU. Now she's got to face Megan Grant.
And I think it's a good change this third time through the lineup. I think it was important for them to make a switch up with these types of hitters, getting to see Donava again. Bringing in Darwin, a different look.
What's different about Darwin compared to Donava?
Well, she's going to be a lot more down in the zone. I think that, to me, with just the pop you've seen in that home run, that first inning by Jordan Woolry when she went up and got it, I want to stay a little bit lower in the zone if I can.
Third time tonight, Megan Grant is going to walk.
And it's interesting, too, when you think about it, right? Like, she's worked 3 good walks. One of them she was really getting pitched to, but it doesn't make it any easier going to the next hitter, right? So it's like, if I'm kind of intentionally, unintentionally walking Megan Grant, I mean, I put Jordan Woolry in that exact same category as far as fear factor, unless it comes down to a comfort of facing a lefty versus a righty.
And you see, she was just communicating to Jordan Woolry about what she was seeing from Emily Darwin as she steps up. It's going to be Riley Pinedo that's going to run in Megan Grant's spot at first base for Woolry. I mean, excuse me, for Grant, with Woolry up at the plate. Two-run home run for Jordan Woolry in the first inning. That put the Bruins on the board. Singled in the third.
I like that spot. I think that's a strike. I think it needs to be called. And you just see Madrigal behind the dish. She's communicating with the umpire, but I mean, there's still time. Laura Espinoza, 128 ribbies. Woolry could go on a run.
Here she comes. A lot of softball left.
I can see her passing Jenny Dalton Hill. I can say that.
Time called.
She's throwing some cheddar. We got 69 down in the zone. Definitely a different look from the Donava, who's kind of low to mid-60s. Now some heat down. And we saw her start Jordan Woolry off with the change at 57 miles an hour. So that's also a pitch she has in her back pocket.
Two to Woolry. Woolry, part of the senior class of Megan Grant and Taylor Tinsley with her that have just meant everything to UCLA. When they were freshmen, they didn't make it out of their regional that they hosted. And it's been something that they've thought about, used as motivation the rest of their time as a Bruin. Full count.
Hey, I don't know if she's willing to do it, but man, I wouldn't mind a little change piece here. 3-2. Started her out. She's had a pretty lengthy at bat. She's fouled off the heat.
This will be the 9th pitch.
From sitting here, it looked like, it looked like she had gotten in the way of that throw. Like if she were to be able to throw a dart from second to first, would she have been able to get Jordan Woolry?
Yeah.
I think she might have.
And I think it hit off her helmet.
And we have added an umpire.
And there's an umpire at every base in the postseason. They're talking about CBU trying to turn the double play, and Riley Pinedo, who's running to second, they got her at second, and then as she was coming in to slide and pop back up, I think the ball hit her in the head on the throw, like trying to throw it to first.
Well, and I just think the pop-up slide is kind of what's unnecessary. Just stay down. When she pops up, she gets in the way of the throw, and then so they're reviewing that retired runner, which Pinedo was sliding into second. She was out at second, and then when she popped up, she looked as though she had gotten in the way of the throw.
So there was no interference called. They are going to review that as CBU is challenging it, and now the sprinklers have come on in right field and center.
That's great. Well, good thing they did go to replay review. Someone would have
been a little damp for the rest of the game.
This is great. There they go.
Alrighty.
Back to it.
I didn't know there was a show during a replay review.
This is great. We need that more often. These replays are going to Pittsburgh.
So we're looking to see did the runner interfere with the throw. There was not interference called on the field. Pittsburgh making this decision.
It's pretty quick. We'll see.
After further review, we do have an interference.
So they will play the winner of this game, UCLA or California Baptist, and the Bruins have hit 3 home runs tonight, and that's how they lead 7-1. Taylor Tinsley back in the circle and ready to work against these Lancer bats. Victoria Macias, who's at the plate, has the only run on the board for the Lancers, a solo home run in the second. It was a quick inning last time out for Taylor Tinsley in the 4th.
7 pitches?
7 pitches.
Yeah, to see that's clutch. I think that's what she needs. And you even heard Coach Brandon Telesco talk about when he was meeting with the group earlier, like she's throwing a lot more down than they had seen, which I think was important to kind of switch up the game plan from the last time that these two teams faced off in April. And we're seeing her pull the string a little bit more later on in the game. And that's kind of the one separator to me of Taylor Tinsley is that changeup. I think it's electric. I think it separates her from a lot of other pitchers when she can throw that pitch on command. It's so darn good.
That's her 3rd strikeout tonight. You see they really worked her in that second inning. 13 of those pitches in the second inning were to one batter. There's Sydney Peterson. It was the first strikeout of the evening for Tinsley back in the second.
And there it is. And what makes it so deceptive is just her body's coming at you hot, right? So as a hitter, it's like you cannot tell what's coming. And obviously, I'll point out the obvious. That's what makes a changeup great, is you can't tell. But she's fooling me a little bit up here. And in this day and age, with all the tools and the technology and those darn pitching machines that can replicate every pitcher in the game, your ability to command the zone by changing speeds and have that up, down, side-to-side stuff is key. Where's that missing? I'm asking you. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good spot. This needs to be called a strike.
Three balls and a strike to Peterson. And for the first time, Tinsley will walk a batter tonight. Look, if you're CBU, you need to add some runs in this inning because you could be in danger of going into the bottom of the 5th inning in a run rule situation. UCLA needs 2 more runs to end this game early, and they're very capable of getting that.
Well, and if I'm UCLA, that's what I'm fighting for, because I want to give Taylor Tinsley that rest. I don't want to see her go 7.
Savannah Gatewood is going to run at first base for Peterson. C.V. Robeson up at the plate.
Well, and this is a CBU team that finds ways to manufacture runs. I mean, you look at the stolen bases they have on the year at 78. You just don't see as many in the game.
Taps her chest as she looks back at Alexis Ramirez and says, on me.
Well, when she lays down this bunt, why this is so clutch is because you're having Alejandra kind of crash, so she comes in, which forces Garcia over to third base, which leaves second base open because Kanaya Bragg's heading over to first. Would it have been nice to hold it if you're Jordan Woolry? Yes, but the natural instinct is when someone drops that bunt, you hear 2, you're going. A little bit of a hiccup, but I think they played that well. And like I said, this is a team that manufactures runs all different ways. They will steal on you. They will find ways to drop the bunt, put that pressure on the defense.
Jordan Madrigal. Up now with 2 on. Madrigal winning the battle for the catching position. It was between her and fellow freshman Brooklyn Bassett. And she's solidified that spot. And now trying to help out in a big situation where the Lancers need to put runs on the board. Foul ball.
Love the energy. You're constantly hearing CBU, just catching them in the mics, just constantly cheering, a lot of chatter.
Malachi Russell-Millen coming up at the top of this lineup. We'll have a pinch runner over at first for CBU. That's Jasmine Goins.
Lisa Fernandez making her way out to the circle to talk to the group.
So Brandon Telesco will huddle his team up too. You've got a hitter in Malachi Russell-Millen, who, by the way, her last home run was against UCLA.
Oh, look at you. Keeping me on my toes.
Love it. In that April 14th meeting on this field, UCLA beat CBU 13-6.
I mean, we were talking about a potential run rule to now a grand salami that puts this game within one. I mean, we're all different ebbs and flows here.
Russell-Millen up. She's one of the vocal leaders on this Lancer team. Reinvented her swing over the summer. It was all on her. Went away and worked on it, and then fine-tuned it when she came back. And Brandon Telesco's message to her at the plate this season, just let it eat.
I think that's a baseball player thing. My brother used to say that too, like, let it eat.
Well, she came into this game hitting .355 on the season. And extended that to a 4-game hit streak with a hit in the 3rd inning off of Tinsley. I want to ask if she went. They say no.
That's a good hold. But to just look at last year at a 195 clip with 13 ribbies to her being in the leadoff spot and being someone they look to in big situations, it's an easy hold. A lot of work throughout the year for her.
She had 1 home run before this season. She's got 6 this year.
And such a good eye. And we got bases loaded 3-2.
Walks in a run. 3 walks in this inning issued by Taylor Tinsley.
And man, she wanted this, but I just think it was a little bit low. I think you got to chalk this up as such a good at-bat by Mal. Wow. And you can't take away from just the fight of this Lancer squad. Courtney's putting up really good at-bats. They're taking their walks. I know that's something that Coach Telesco talked about, that inner belief, but pitch selection and being able to step in the box and absolutely battle. But they're not swinging at pitches that are out of their comfort zone. They're really making her work.
I mean, I think we saw a shift in the 2nd inning when Brandon Telesco called time. Poke through, another CBU runner comes home. Kimberly Westover, a freshman pinch hitter, her 6th hit of the season.
Well, Westover was ready for it. It's a hot shot. This gets underneath the glove of Alejandre.
And so Maddie Severns will re-enter to run at first. And Kinsey Ferrier-Pylon with another opportunity. Bases still juiced.
Well, and a rising pitch count at her 89th pitch. And I only make note of that simply because, I mean, this team is going to rely a lot on Taylor Tinsley. It's going to throw majority of these innings.
Brent Nally is working in the pen right now for UCLA. And Tinsley calls time. Hops back, a pass, Tinsley. Bring home another Lancer. It went off of Tinsley's glove and found its way to Garcia. No chance to make a play.
Sometimes it's just that natural instinct as a pitcher to go after it. I think if she leaves it, Garcia is able to make a play on this ball, but because of the slight tip, it gets away from her. Not able to make a play, and
Michaela Medellin will take a big swing. Still just one out here in this inning as UCLA struggling to get out of it. Taylor Tinsley has walked 3 in the inning.
And it just seems fitting with who's up right now.
The most competitive Lancer on the roster, Medellin. First 4 innings, 2 for 4. 5th inning, a couple of hits, 3 walks, and 3 runs. And now Medellin at the plate, who has 3 grand slams this season.
Well, listen, when you smell blood in the water, you have to attack, and that's CBU taking full advantage of the free passes by Taylor Tinsley, but now is the time to continue to strike.
It's a high hop. Tinsley's got it, throwing home, and misses the throw to Ramirez. Count another one.
Well, and the problem with this is she just tries to throw it too hard. She needs to go underhand. She throws it really hard at Ramirez for where she's at. Just go underhand, give her a little bit of a, I mean, they had a lot of time, and you can just kind of feel the pressure mounting, Courtney. Like, you feel it. I love the smiles, but you're just seeing Taylor Tinsley have to get worked. You can't call time again because Lisa Fernandez already called time. If you go out there again, you have to pull Taylor Tinsley. So it's like right now you have to rely on the leadership out there in the infield.
It's been a couple of miscues for the Bruins. Earlier in this inning, Jordan Woolry tried to throw to second. There was nobody there, and it went out to center field. And then the missed toss from Tinsley to home to Alexis Ramirez allows another run to score, plus the 3 free passes that have been issued.
I mean, the free passes, yes, but the only ball that's left the infield was the one through Alejandre's legs. Besides that, the ball hasn't left the infield, and they've put up a 4 spot.
And this is the 9th batter that's come to the plate in this inning. And we keep going thanks to Ashley Annette. One more across, make it 2 for the Lancers. It rolled all the way back to the wall, and 3 Lancers score. CBU has the lead. They were down 7-1.
Wow. Well, they've smelled blood in the water and they have attacked. 7 runs here in the 5th inning. Talk about an absolute statement. Putting together great at-bats, working the walks, waiting for pitches they can do some damage with. Holy smokes.
And there's still just 1 out. Are you surprised UCLA's not making a change?
Yeah, but I think this goes back to what I said. I don't think there's a whole lot of other options. I know that they have them, but once you make that change, I know you could bring Taylor Tinsley back in the game. I also want to protect the confidence a little bit too, but I also know she's a senior, so it's like, do you just... This is a situation that UCLA's in with the circle.
This is Bethany Millen at the plate as UCLA's batted around. Oh my goodness! Are you serious right now, Lancers? It was Victoria Macias going yard again!
A 9-run 5th right in her kitchen. Straight mommy hack out of here, firing up the squad. The stands was going crazy. I mean, this is nuts.
Her 2nd home run of the game.
And what did I tell you at the beginning of the game? If you can run out the starting pitcher, that is an absolute statement, because I don't know how much help that they have in the bullpen. They have some other pitchers, but they are going to go as that young lady goes, and they just drove her out of the game.
And Bryn Nally is now in the circle for UCLA, as UCLA has no choice but to pull Taylor Tinsley, who they were hoping to ride this postseason as their main arm. Of course, she can re-enter, but man, a tough inning, giving up 9. Here's Sydney Peterson. Brandon Telesco started this program when he took over this year, having a confident approach at the plate. You must believe in your swing, and boy, have we seen the belief.
This belief and this like ability to be able to constantly battle. I think hearing him talk about like it's a team that doesn't mind getting down in the count, and I think you can kind of feel that in hitters when they get down, they can be defeated real quick. But this is a team that's continued to fight. I think it goes back to that 13th pitch at bat.
Foul ball. With the change to Bryn Nally, Sophia Mujica is now catching behind the dish for UCLA. But yeah, he talks about swing decisions, Brandon Telesco. Are we swinging at good pitches? And that's what we've been preaching all season. Telesco has an offensive background. That's what he handled at Cal, but he's relied on his staff to take over that area. A Lancer program that's made so much history this year. This program only moved up to Division I in 2019. This year they have set all kinds of program D1 records. Wins, runs, triples, home runs, RBI, stolen bases. And now they're seeking their first tournament win after trailing 7-1. Stevie Robeson now. Sydney Peterson, I mean, her first home run came last weekend, May 8th.
got to do a check to see how long this inning. It's half inning. This is a long.
This is the 12th batter of this inning. And still just one out. It's the most runs that UCLA has allowed in an inning this season. We've been in this inning for almost 30 minutes. And we play on. Stevie says go. Look at the second note on your screen. 97% of the teams with a Game 1 win advance out of the regional. That's how important it is to win tonight.
I still think it's crazy that at the beginning of the inning we were talking about, like, hey, they got to score here because they could potentially get run ruled in the bottom half.
Yeah, 28 minutes ago we were talking about a run rule.
Here we are.
And now it's 11-7. Can't get two, but will get Madrigal. And there's two down now.
The scorecard is a mess.
Until that out right there, 11 consecutive batters had reached for CBU. Top of the order for the fourth time, Russell Millen. Second time in this inning. Wow, most in a single inning in the past 5 seasons for UCLA.
And I'm actually surprised we haven't seen Darwin out in the bullpen just with how long this inning is. And
for CBU.
If it just there's momentum, and I feel that, but that's a long time to sit and not throw.
Yeah.
I feel like the zone has been a little inconsistent. I'm not going to say that's why she's walked 3, but there's been some pitches that he's called for strikes that then they can't get, and then vice versa. I don't love that.
How things have changed here in Westwood tonight. The 5th inning has been a roller coaster of emotions if you're UCLA and if you're CBU. UCLA was up 7-1 when we started this inning. And California Baptist put up a 10 spot. The most runs UCLA has allowed in an inning in the last 5 seasons. What happened, Danielle?
A lot. There's a lot. Taking advantage of some walks. I think they had really good patient at-bats, hit well with runners in scoring position. The home run ball, I mean, this is a small park, so you know that, but and just the confidence and the swagger turning up every hitter.
Here's Alina Garcia, who's going to lead off for the Bruins, who, no question, have the firepower to hop back in.
I mean, I knew this game was going to be a battle, but I wasn't expecting this.
Not on your bingo card, a 10 spot by the Lancers?
That was not on the card. But see, that was just inconsistent. Like that was called a strike the last inning, and it wasn't there.
It's a 2-2 from Emily Darwin to Garcia. It's going to be short. Robeson coming in. The road gets a lot tougher if you don't win tonight. If you don't win this game, you've got to win 2 tomorrow. You've got to win 2 on Sunday in order to advance to the Super Regional.
I'm gonna say this is gonna be really hard if UCLA doesn't win this game. With just Taylor Tinsley and her pretty much being that one arm, it is going to be a very tough regional for them to make it out of with one, understanding that they have to win 2 tomorrow if they don't win tonight, and then they have to win 2. So 4 additional games. I don't think she could throw 4 games.
Yeah, in a 2-day span.
There's no way.
What's tonight?
Yeah, and the pitch count is a little bit up tonight. She was at 99 pitches when she left the game. I know some may not like me saying that, but that's the reality of this beast of a regional. We knew that coming in, that UCLA was going to ride the arm of Taylor Tinsley.
Ooh, hard hit ball by Brie Alejandre. Right back at Emily Darwin, just smacked it.
Well, and the radar gun continues to keep picking up the exit velo off the bat, and that was 79 miles an hour right back at your kitchen. That's scary. It's worth a check. Trainers coming out. And you're talking velo on velo, right? Because Darwin throws hard. I mean, she throws upper 60s, 68, 69. We've seen her touch 70. So with the 43 feet and how quickly that gets off the bat, I mean, it is scary.
Michelle Vasquez is the athletic trainer for CBU. Darwin's on high fives from her teammates, talking to Jordan Madrigal behind the dish. Kanaya Bragg with an opportunity here. UCLA, the best offense in the nation. And a lot of time left in this ball game. First pitch strike comes in from Darwin. And it was a great point you made. I mean, she had to wait about 30 minutes in between innings to go back out there and pitch. Looking for 2. Just 1.
And I bet they replay that.
It would be something they could review to see if they got Kanaya Bragg at first.
And they kept their challenge from earlier, so they still have 2.
And they will look at this.
We all love a good slow-mo, don't we? I think the call is going to stand. I think this is going to be quick. I think she got a foot in there.
You get 2 challenges per game. If you're correct, you get to keep it. Starting in the 6th inning, the umpires can initiate the review.
It should be pretty quick. A lot of good games on today, though. I mean, man, we had the game before us with Virginia and Indiana that went into extras. Virginia ended up walking it off in the bottom half. I mean,
the biggest upset today.
The other regional that would match up with this, in Florida State, they dropped game 1. But this postseason to me was one where there could be the most upsets, which is the parity of like this whole college game and not knowing who's going to win it. In the past, you kind of have your ideas, but you're looking at like if anyone goes on a run, they could do it. And looking at, I was calling 2 potential regional upsets with how good some of these teams are. I loved where everyone was seated, but I think there's going to be a couple upsets. Let's get the people going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We have a decision for Pittsburgh.
After further review, the call of field is confirmed.
So Kanaya Bragg can stay right where she is as Alexis Ramirez steps up. Oh, excuse me. Sofia Mojica. And Mejia took over the catching duties when they made the pitching change.
Mojica, 283 hitter. Ball and 2 strikes now from Emily Darwin, who entered this game in the 4th inning. After Miranda Donava, their ace, got the start tonight. UCLA has hit 3, led 7-1 before a 10 spot in the top of this inning by the Lancers. Mojica's trying to get it back on track, bounces it to the wall. Bragg speeding around, held up at third, and Mojica sliding into second.
Well, you see Mojica just yelling at the dugout, let's go, trying to get some momentum. This is a UCLA team that get back in a ball game in a heartbeat. We know this. With how Sue Jin Berry's been swinging it, not a bad option coming up, but
just the second double of the season for Mojica. Sujin Berry had a home run in the 3rd.
The one thing I'll say about Darwin in the circle, this is a pitcher that this UCLA team has not seen at all. They saw a little bit of Donava in the fall, but then they did not see her in April, and they have not seen Darwin.
This was Sujin Berry in her last at bat in the 3rd inning. Now this was off Miranda Donava. Never saw it again. Into the tree. Let's say she did not go. Three balls and a strike. And UCLA is going to bring in a pinch hitter in Ramsey Suarez, who will step in hitting 300 into that 9 spot with the bases loaded.
Coach Telesco calling timeout as well, coming out to have a discussion with the team, try to calm them down a little bit, because this is a moment here for UCLA. 7 home runs on the season for Ramsey Suarez, and an opportunity to tie this ball game up in one swing.
She hits 375 with the bases loaded. And Kelly I was quick to tell us yesterday, be ready for Ramsey Suarez. If we need her to come in and pinch hit, she can do it. Total confidence. 2 down, bases loaded, Bruins behind. Big cut.
I like it. I like the hack. First pitch swinging. And you can see the frustration. That's a strike. That is a strike. And the constant chatter by Madrigal behind the dish, I don't like the inconsistency for both sides. I feel like Taylor Tinsey was getting squeezed as well.
Emily Darwin works ahead 1 and 2. Suarez has stepped in with no fear, going after some big cuts up there as Darwin sends him in, and it's 1-2 once again.
When I've seen Emily Darwin throw a couple change-ups throughout this game, she throws it at a 6% clip. Man, if she could sneak it in here, 1-2, I think she'd get her. Because you can just tell, like, she's on time. She's making her work. She's making her work. And I think there was a pitch previous innings where Darwin looked at the watch, shook, because I think it was a change, and went to another hard pitch. I just remember the one she threw to Jordan Woolery at 57 miles an hour, and it was such a clutch pitch. And manifesting it. Because that, to me, is not a competitive pitch. It does nothing, right? You're not getting a sniff from the hitter. Oof, what a moment.
Both sides on the edge of their seats.
Sides.
Darwin delivers! Game up. Last time that CBU batted, they sent 14 to the plate.
It's quite the fifth. 3 walks, 6 hits, 10 runs, 4 for 5, runners in scoring position. It's a good 5th inning.
What stood out about the ABs that you saw from CBU?
Patient yet scrappy. Like, I think they worked really good counts, but then they didn't swing at a whole lot of pitches outside the zone. I think they knew Tinsey was struggling a little bit with the zone, which has been at times inconsistent. So she's trying to find that groove and then taking advantage, right? Like, couldn't be more true. When you have an opportunity to really make a team pay for the free passes, you need to do that. And you saw just that, a very fiery squad, very impressed with CBU.
And Severn fouls off the pitch from Bryn Nally. They had to make a pitching change in that 5th inning from Taylor Tensley, who got the start. And a CBU team who is making a statement that, hey, we're not just happy to be here for our first appearance ever in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
We're here to win.
Yes.
This one hops back to Bragg. Over to Woolery. CBU looking for their first win in their first appearance, and for UCLA, a 3rd straight opening round win. But as we've said, if you don't win today, you've got to win 2 tomorrow and 2 Sunday, and that is a lot, especially on a UCLA pitching staff that really wants to rely only on Taylor Tensley. They have not been able to do that tonight. Kenzie Ferrier pylon. It's a CBU team. It's got a young coaching staff. And their head coach is Brandon Telesco, 32. They've got 2 assistants who are 23 years old, including Tessa Mala'ulu, who former UCLA Bruin, who's coaching first right now.
Yep. Haley Archer, who had pitched at Cal, and I actually had that connection with Brandon Telesco. So as soon as he had gotten this opportunity, that was one of his first phone calls. He was, I want to get her over here. And they had built a lot of trust together over there. He said she would let me in on her bullpens. She didn't normally do that with anyone.
And now they're looking for that change to work.
I know what you guys are trying to do. I mean, I have no comment. The silence says a lot.
It does. Hopper to Woolry. 2 down. Day. Michaela Medellin sees the first pitch strike come in from Nally. Bruins needed that inning, and now they need to grab the bats and go back to who's also fantastic.
Who's great.
Top of the order for UCLA, Riley Slimp. This has been a wild game.
This just seems like this is the inning.
Yeah?
I think this is kind of the defining inning. The top of the lineup again, down by 4.
UCLA had the bases loaded. They brought in Ramsey Suarez to pinch hit. A home run would have tied it, and Emily Darwin got her first strikeout of this game after entering in the 4th inning to end that threat. And Slimp at the top of this order, who usually coming into the game hits .449, looking for a hit tonight. Grant and Woolry behind her.
Not too shabby. Emily Darwin is throwing some big pitches.
And Slimp's going to take the walk. So you do that, and you know Megan Grant is ready to step up there and swing. She has walked 3 times tonight. She's come around to score twice. The single-season home run leader all time, hitting her 38th last weekend at the Big Ten Tournament Champ game.
Good spot. Man. Maybe a little out, but he did call one in this ups that I thought was a ball. And
Megan Grant, it's going to be a bit short. Severn's running on it and retires Megan Grant. But you can never rest easy with this UCLA lineup. Jordan Woolry hit a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Another hit in the 3rd tonight. And she's got Slimp at first. It's the 1-2 punch that will keep pitchers up at night. Megan Grant and Jordan Woolry.
good pitch going right at her. 68 under the hands. Seconds, so a couple more runs in scoring position here for UCLA. We'll see if they can capitalize here late in the game.
And Jayla Ann Mercado is going to pinch run for Woolry at second. Alina Garcia has gone yard tonight. It was in the 3rd inning, a 3-run shot.
Man, what a game.
Can the Bruins take advantage of this opportunity? They left them loaded in the last inning. Garcia's 18th home run came in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, such a sweet stroke. The Bruins were feeling real good, finding ways to get on, and a crazy top of the 5th inning, a 10 spot puts him in this 4-run deficit, but an opportunity here for Garcia to make this a little bit closer.
Elena Garcia, who is such a worker and had to come back last year after that injury 3 weeks into the season. She was going to be the starting shortstop as a true freshman. Fully cleared in January of this year. And hangs in there to load them up.
I may even look at bringing the starter back in. Donava could come back in this ball game. I mean, you have to protect this. I mean, they're one swing away from tying this ball game up. And that last ups to Elena Garcia, I mean, those pitches she wasn't really in it competitively.
Bases loaded. Yeah, bases loaded in back-to-back innings for the Bruins. And a freshman coming up to the plate in Brie Alejandre. Struck out her first 2 times tonight, got a single in the 5th. Has 2 grand slams on the season. Already has the UCLA freshman home run record with 21 this year.
What a pressure cooker. This is what it's all about in the circle, man. Being able to execute in these types of moments. I feel like this is where you learn if you love or hate pitching. You have to enjoy the heart of moments like this.
Two walks and a double have loaded them up for Alejandre. In foul territory, into the netting. Brie Alejandre only had 6 home runs as a senior in high school and has come to UCLA and hit 21 in her freshman year.
Is that the Fernandez effect?
I have some questions.
That's a really good play by Farrier Pylon at short to understand that that ball had some juice behind it, to get herself back on it, takes that step back. That could have been bad, right? And she's back in the hole. She takes that step back. She knows, hey, I don't care about that runner going home. Like right now, we need outs.
Kanaya Bragg, runners on the corners.
And I feel like the one thing you can say about both of these two teams is that they are not getting cheated on their swings. Seeing such good, pretty swings. Daddy hacks in the box.
You've seen Kanaya Bragg's bat come up in big situations. In the World Series last season, she hit a game-tying home run off of Naja Kennedy.
call on the field is confirmed.
A run does score on that play. UCLA. Ashley Annette's going to lead off here. UCLA was able to get 2 more across in the bottom of the 6th inning. So just a 2-run ball game now. Winning tonight makes it a lot easier on the weekend. You only have to win 1 tomorrow and 1 Sunday. If you lose this game, you've got to win 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday to make supers. Bryn Nally took over for Taylor Tinsley in that wild 5th inning when 14 Lancers came to the plate. And she'll get a K.
Not just any K, a backwards K. Peyton Corners. I think a tight, quick inning here for UCLA would be important with just that momentum. And on the flip side, if you're CBU, if we can find a way to slow this down, which they are, they're calling timeout here. Try to find a way to scratch and claw another run or two. 2 runs just doesn't feel as safe as you want it to be going into the bottom half.
Well, good news if you're CBU is that Victoria Macias is up at the plate, and she has homered twice today, came in as one of their hottest hitters. Actually had a walk-off home run to win the WAC regular season title against Tarleton State. A D2 transfer that has proven she can play at this level. Victoria Macias on the first pitch drops into the warning track. She is seeing it well in Westwood.
And this may be worth a lineup bump tomorrow if, I don't know. I mean, we had a couple homers on the day. We got a double. She's seeing it well. She's firing up the team. I mean,
a Riverside Cali kid who got to come back home to play for CBU after going D2. And Bella Wellbaum will run for her. Speaking of home runs, Danielle, enters Sydney Peterson.
she enters the chat.
She has entered the chat. She did so in the 5th inning with a solo shot right after Victoria Macias went yard. Sydney Peterson, 3 seasons at LSU. Helped the LSU Tigers make supers in 2024. Has battled injuries throughout her career. Her first home run this season was her first since the 2022 season at LSU. It's been a night tough on the pitchers out there. And sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Two on the way to Sydney Peterson. Free pass. And it looks like a pinch hitter coming up for CBU is Brooklyn Bassett, who is a freshman catcher who had battled with Madrigal for that starting catcher spot this season. She will come in the 8th spot. Is a .250 hitter. And she'll be seeking her first hit since March 27th.
Nally struggling a little bit. Already got runners on second and third. Yeah, pinch hitter, falling behind, quick 2-0. Gotta be careful.
Fires in that strike. Brooklyn Bassett over towards Slim. 2 down. In the 9th spot comes another freshman in Jordan Madrigal, the starting catcher. Walked in that big 5th inning. It's a young CBU team. Lots of underclassmen, but man, have they come through in the clutch. Madrigal's got 2 on thanks to a double by Victoria Macias and then a walk by Peterson.
She had that big double. I'm riding that momentum, but it's going to be the probably toughest 3 outs that Darwin has to try to get, and this CBU squad has to get. UCLA is going to try to let it eat.
2 runs to tie, 3 runs to walk it off.
And I think if you're Emily Darwin, the biggest thing right now is just not letting the adrenaline of the moment overtake what you've done. I think sometimes we can get so amped where we try to just do too much. It's trust your stuff.
No matter the outcome of this game, nobody's going home tonight. It is double elimination. But a much easier path if you win here.
Yeah, that road, losing game 1 is a tough road back. Not impossible, but dang it, a lot harder to get there.
In 3 balls and a strike to Mujica. Foul ball, foul ball.
I'd like to see a replay of that. I thought for a second. All right.
Just barely.
Just barely.
Full count now from Darwin to Mujica.
Ooh.
This will be the 7th pitch from Emily Darwin.
I mean, for me right now, it's important if you're UCLA to really try to get the top of the lineup back up if you can. Great job by Suji and Barry to get on base.
And Jolena Lamar, you're 2 batters away if you're UCLA from getting to Megan Grant.
And I think the biggest adjustment for Lamar is to just see the ball down. Her 2 previous at-bats, a little bit more susceptible to that pitch up in the zone. And I think if you are a Darwin or a Haley Archer, the pitching coach, those are just the little things that you're aware of in the moment. But I also know that Lamar's a hell of a hitter in the sense where she's going to make the adjustment.
Mia Phillips running at first. $2K is on the evening for Jolena Lamar. Represents the tying run at the plate.
It's a good pitch. And you see Lamar looking back to the umpire, just communicating, hey, where is that? Always wanted to know. And just the back-to-back-to-back in pitches, to me, opens up that outside part of the plate where you saw that backwards K to Mujica. So it's just something to be aware of if you're Jolena Lamar on that outer half, knowing that's a pitch she's comfortable going with. It's that curveball. She throws it high 60s away. It's making sure you can protect that pitch.
Two here to Lamar.
It's a good hold, see? It's money.
Lamar dug deep for it! And just tied up this game! 11-all! Let's go!
What did I say? I said she's that good to be able to make an adjustment, but this time she goes down and gets it. So good. Works the at-bat. Man, the adrenaline in that moment, that's what you crave. That moment is what you miss when you're done playing. Stuff like that.
I think Durham, North Carolina might be rocking right now.
Mama.
Her mom
would be proud.
Marissa
Pops.
Young is the head coach at Duke.
I was wondering if she'd still be up because it's
Oh, yeah.
the old 139.
Can't go to bed yet. It's 11 all.
I know.
Top of the order, Riley Slimp takes the first pitch. Slow roller to Ferrier pylon. Safe! Winning run at first for UCLA. And nobody better at the plate, Megan Grant.
Slim, so much speed up the line, turns on the jets.
How do you handle Megan Grant now? The winning run is at first base, and you have the nation's home run leader, NCAA record, 38 home runs this year at the plate in Megan Grant. Now, she has walked 3 times tonight. And, of course, Jordan Woolry is behind her.
You're asking my expert opinion.
What are you thinking here? You've been in tough situations as a pitcher.
I have, and as much as I want to say you want to put her on, I think you have Jordan Woolry right behind her. I think it's nonsense to walk the bases loaded. You can't walk both of those hitters, so you need to attack smart. I told you in between breaks that I'd have Danava warming up in the bullpen, and if there was any sign of trouble, I would have brought her in right away, because you can bring back that starter, but maybe the mentality, this is Emily Darwin's game to win or lose, but the home run leader in Megan Grant with the game on the line, it just seems fitting.
And just one away.
And they want no part of her. Interesting.
3 straight balls, and then there comes a strike. Ooh. Full count to Megan Grant with the winning run at first.
Love me a big deep breath.
Into the dirt the 4th time tonight. She will walk, and here comes Woolry. Winning run at second. Jordan Woolry gave UCLA the lead in the 1st inning with a 2-run home run following a Megan Grant walk. It feels like a long time ago, but this was back in the 1st. Jordan Woolry getting out of here.
Yeah, statement right away in the 1st inning, putting up that 2 spot. That got out of here real quick.
They're the first duo ever to both have 30 home runs in a season. Woolry and Grant, the Bruin Bombers.
And 2-0. Be careful. Those are strikes. There's 2 strikes in this at-bat to Woolry that he has not called.
Both Bruin Bombers walk. The winning run at 3rd base. Alina Garcia. 3-run home run in the 3rd inning for the shortstop. Garcia. Grabbed in right. Here comes the runner home. Slip sliding in. UCLA incredible.